Hello, this is Dan with DK Excavating here at 5034 Hilltop, taking a look at the sewer. Got a call saying that the sewer needs to be replaced. We're going to thought I'd better take a look at it with my camera because the video I saw was hard to see. So right now, and they didn't quite get this far, so right now we are almost to the tap. There's the tap right there. You can see this goes directly into the top of the city main. You can see the water flowing. I had to get a new battery, so that's why it says we have only 1'3". But this is at the very top. There's a fitting that angles down right before that. I located this just north of the manhole in the alley, about 9.5 foot deep at this spot right here. Looks like there's a few small root intrusions getting by the fitting, but can't really tell if there's anything wrong with the pipe. I'd say if you wanted to know for sure, need to do a sewer snake or clean and re-inspect, but don't see anything super alarming. Just needs to be cleaned out. Let's start moving back. This is a clay line running out the back of the house. Right here we have a fitting. This is as far as we got with the other video that I saw. Looks like there's a previous repair here, and it is offset a little bit. But it is also going down at a very steep angle. I don't know if this would be an issue. It's definitely a previous repair in the alley, but then again, it's going down really steep, so I don't know if anything would really catch or not. My camera goes through here with zero effort, and you can see how there's hardly any water pooling right there, so it might be more of a visual, but could always dig it up if it felt like it was necessary. Coming up, now this pipe levels off a little bit, transitions back into clay. I'm assuming this is probably pretty close to the edge of the driving area in the alley. And then this fitting right here, it's kind of a coarse fitting, like maybe it wasn't a smooth cut, but it doesn't seem too bad. I don't see any major tree roots or nothing coming through, so nothing really leads me to think that's really bad. It's just not the greatest cut. Keep moving back. We do have some tree roots on this fitting. I believe this is the one that I located right underneath the fence in the backyard. So yeah, I have a hard time pushing. I'm trying to get a closer look at this. Yes, this is where I located. This is an angle down fitting, so this is where the pipe goes from a little bit more level to starting to angle down. And a few tree roots getting on there, but I don't see any cracking or anything. This is actually the spot I located. Slightly angle offset. Definitely a few small tree roots. This could potentially become a problem, but at the moment maybe maintenance would probably take care of this, but we could definitely fix this if needed. Come on back. Another fitting. I couldn't see a lot of this because my camera fogged for some reason on the way down, so I even tried rinsing it a few times, but another fitting. Just looks like a slight angle shift change. Doesn't really look like anything's wrong with that. Just slightly offset from perfectly straight. Here's some more tree roots. Not too bad. Pretty typical for a clay line. With clay lines, I recommend they be snaked every year. Unless it's really bad, then more often. It's not a service I offer, but again, another fitting. Just looks like a clay fitting with some small tree root intrusions. Looks like we've got some more tree roots here. This one looks a little bit bigger. Kind of looks like there could be a crack on the bottom of the pipe there. It's because there's a line in it that I think is not a root. It kind of goes around in a circle. Could be a crack there. I think this is the spot that I'm located. It's kind of next to the water feature in the backyard. Kind of in closer to the water feature, but in between the sidewalk and the water feature. Keep coming on back. From here back for the next 30 or 40 feet, I couldn't see anything going down because of all the fog. Again, a little slight tree root intrusion. You can see there's a line in the pipe right there. Besides the dark line, there's a light line. That might be like a casting line because I'm seeing that on all the fittings. Again, very slight offset, I guess you could call. The clay pipes, they have zero give, so if they don't fit exactly flat, then you're going to show like they are offset. Another slight intrusion. Another one. I don't see any cracking. Just slight true intrusions the whole way. Let's see. Another one. Some more tree roots here. More tree roots. Doesn't take much for a tree root to get in and then just start growing inside the pipe. If these aren't maintained, they can turn into a major problem. Again. Now we kind of an angle fitting right here. So right here there's another stump or bush just behind the house about 10 feet. And I think that's where we're at right now. And this is where this fitting is. This angles back. As you're looking out away from the house, it angles to the, coming back towards us is angling to the right, and then it'll angle back to the left, kind of straight. So if you're facing the house from the alley, it'd be the opposite. But little belly right here. This little stretch here, let's just see if we can get a measurement on this, from 69 feet to, I did have to run a bunch of water to get my cable down, so this belly is actually bigger than I thought. Looks like almost a 10-foot belly, 8-foot belly. Kind of just behind the sidewalk that's close to the house. And we're getting closer to the house as it shifts at the other angle transition. There's another angle. This one looks a little bit more rough, but they just tried to make it the angle fit, looks like, with a pipe that doesn't really bend. And then here is the other angled piece. See, there's probably some slight tree roots getting in right in there. And then there's our transition to cast. I did locate this right at the back of the house. I think might be right underneath the sidewalk, right on the edge of the sidewalk, but closer to the house. And it's about 7.5 feet deep here. Coming back a little ways. Now we're under the house. There's like a little lip right here, but very little effort to get my camera over this. The belly is only about the thickness of the pipe, so I mean, slight potential for problems here if this gets worse, especially, but this is under the house, and looks like there might have been a tie-in here, so there's a different color of pipe, so this might have been a tie-in from cast to ABS or something like that. Maybe they tied in a bathroom or something in the basement. Coming on back. Oh, now we're coming up the roof vent stack. So not much to see from here on out. Just coming up the roof vent stack. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.